A second down throw for Young. That one taken in. Adam Thielen. Touchdown, Carolina. It's his 4th touchdown on the year. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
So now after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia offense set to take over once more. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. He spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
They teach these defensive ends to rush to the X. The X is the spot where the quarterback stops his drop, and you can see when he hit. He had nowhere to go, and he's able to bring him down for a big sack.
On second down, Barkley. Up the sideline at the 35. And he's going to be running out of bounds, but not until he gets down to the 40-yard line. It is a big play for the Eagles. 38 yards. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's to the right side, caught by Goddard. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. 3rd down, 3 to go. Hurts again. That's complete. Tight end Goddard. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it. Hurts will try it again. And he'll go right back to Goddard. He's got it again. Here's the timeout for Philadelphia. That is their second, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining until halftime. 2nd down and 3. To the air again. Hurts. He's got it at the 3. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down. They are set up with 1st and goal. Now the Eagles will use the last of their timeouts. Clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Ball sitting on the 3. It is 1st down and goal. Again, Hurts. A second effort, and he is in. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the 4th quarter in 2-minute mode. But let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
Elliott, good on the extra point. And the Eagles will get out in front, 17-7. Very little time remaining in this first half as this kick is away. Out of his end zone comes Devin Tompkins. And they'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And a nice run there on first down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2. To throw is Young. He's going to air this one out. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, where it was the Titans who get the win at home. Will Levis, sharp in the victory, as his guys get back within a game of 500. From there, we head down to sunny Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And they were winners in their ball game as they were able to handle the visiting New York Jets. Tua Tagovailoa, a touchdown pass in the victory. We just watched a fine first half out of the mobile quarterback. That's Jalen Hurts. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Isaiah Rodgers now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. He'll get this over the middle to Smith.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run the counter with Barkley. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Hurts. A short throw taken in by Goddard. He's going to be taken down, but there's a late flag in the backfield that might give him 15 more yards. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Hurts. He runs with it.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. That's a short one, caught by Goddard. And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4. Here's a handoff to Barkley. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him, take him down behind the line.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
To the outside, he's got Smith. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. On play action, Hurts. That is caught. What a throw. Devontae Smith. Touchdown, Eagles. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. On 3rd down, here's Hurts. This is to Goddard on the screen. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the 1st down. So it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Jake Elliott now to try the field goal. This will be an even 40-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Eagles will extend their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Panthers offense getting ready for their opening possession of this 2nd half. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Young. Over the middle, he's got Leggett. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it.
Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play. And that's exactly what they did.
They'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
On now is the punt team for the Panthers, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Eagles offense and running back Saquon Barkley heading back on the field. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
So Goddard, the tight end, comes in motion. A 2nd down throw for Hurts. That's over the middle and caught by Smith. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
They'll move the pocket here with Hurts. A pass caught by Saquon.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
3rd and long for Hurts. He'll try and get there on the ground. Strong running there. He brings this down inside the 25.
And this is when it just gets very frustrating as a defense, because this is what it's been like all day. The pass rush is good, but just not quite good enough. They let him slip through, and he burns them with big yardage.
And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Third and 5. Dotson, the man in motion. On 3rd down, they'll go with Saquon.
Saquon Barkley at the ball carrier. Derek Brown on the stop. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
Keep it rolling,
On 4th down, here comes Jake Elliott for the Philadelphia field goal. It'll be a 35-yard attempt. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Eagles will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back, and in some of these coverage units, when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Throwing on 2nd down, Young. To get this complete, it's Thielen over the middle. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a 1st down in this spot. Out of the shotgun, Young. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. To throw, Young. That's caught. It's Brooks out of the backfield. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. 1st and 10. Young. That's to the right, caught by Sanders. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Here's 2nd and 2. Back to throw, Young. That into the hands of Hubbard. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. 1st down, Carolina.
Now Young. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down. 15 yards, the pickup. Good for a 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and The age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you?
Under pressure, and now he's going to go down back at the 8-yard line.
Feels like they needed that sack this entire drive. It feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field.
This one caught at the 4. And he's close to the goal line, but they're going to mark him short, put him down at the 1. 2 plays at their disposal, but they'd love to get it right here on 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Hubbard. And he's so close to breaking the plane, but the official's going to come in and mark him short. So now it's 4th down. They'll try it now with Brooks. And he will score! Game on! Jonathan Brooks. Touchdown, Panthers. Greg, very big touchdown there. Makes it a 10-point game, and now a chance to tighten this down to a 1-possession game.
Yeah, absolutely, Mike. You have to go for 2 here. You got to get this thing down to 8. But this offense now has given themselves at least a chance to make a run here down the stretch in the 4th quarter.
The Panthers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
To throw is Young. And he'll get into the end zone, doing it on his own. Successful 2-point conversion.
There was no hesitation from this offense. Immediately after they scored that touchdown, the entire sideline was holding up 2 fingers. They knew exactly what play they wanted. They felt great about it coming into the game, and clearly the right choice.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. This one taken at the 7. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to take over as we check out the playoff race in the NFC. Still, a lot can happen between now and the end of the season, but the cream is starting to rise to the top as you look across the NFL. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more. He'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Taking a shot downfield for Smith.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
Jahan Dotson was the intended receiver there. And it's going to bring up 4th down. On the return is Jones. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground with Brooks. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. To throw is Young. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Now Young. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he's going to be running out of bounds, but not until he gets down to the 40-yard line. That pass play good for 22. It's a Carolina first down.
Okay, so now you pick up that first down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the two needed needs to be fast because you need every possession you can here late in the fourth quarter.
He was seeking out the veteran Adam Thielen that time. And it'll bring up second down. Back to the air, it's Young. A throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. He's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield.
Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. And the defense has it. Well, the ball comes out, and the scramble for it, it ends up becoming a turnover, and the offense walks off the field disappointed with that fumble.
Mike, when you look at a stat sheet at the end of the game and you want to determine which team wins and which team loses, at the top of the list is ball security. Which team does a better job protecting it and which team does a better job taking it away.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. I'll run up the middle with Barkley. And this defense not allowing much there. They'll stop him at the 45. Here's 2nd and 9. Once again, it's Barkley. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. To throw, Hurts. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
As this clock continues to tick, we're getting dangerously close here to do-or-die territory. But after that 3rd down sack, real good chance of getting off the field. No points allowed. Let's see if their offense now can do their job because defense certainly did theirs.
Here comes the Eagles punt team as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Panthers offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Here's Young. A throw on the move is caught. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. The motion man is Sanders. They'll drop to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback. Getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
2nd and 6 coming up. Here's Young. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
That one taken in right side by Leggett. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. And this will be a touchdown. They are within a 2-point conversion of coming back to tie this game.
What a finish there to get the touchdown, but of course the job's not done, and this is where the defense needs to regroup, Mike. It's one thing to give up the touchdown, but now you're still one stop away from being the hero. They got to dial in, get their best defense called, and somehow find a way to keep them out of the end zone.
He'll swing that out wide, and this one's blown up. It's back at the 5-yard line now.
So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this two-point try, but the execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
A one-score game late, and you figure they got to have this one as they'll try an onside kick.
Recovering an onside kick has really become kind of a lost art nowadays, Mike. You just don't see it very often. You're trying to find where's the weak link, where's the hole in the recovery unit. Kicker's got to put the ball there, and then it's just a race to recover it.
So the Eagles will use their first timeout here. Clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. They'll run here. Just refusing to go down. He winds up with a gain of 7. The Panthers are going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop with 25 seconds remaining on the clock. Here comes second down. Hubbard. Maybe a couple there. It's third down. Here we go. One final play. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. So it's a win here for the Eagles. They bounced back from the loss last week. They'll put in a determined effort to come away with the victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Eagles are winners, as we say, so long from South Philly.